Because that's bless you. Was that a sneeze? That was adorable. Hello everyone, I'm your host Justin and welcome back to Korean Rhapsody Season 2! Woo!
Yay!
And I'm joined by my lovely partner in crime.
Hello, I'm GTS number one fan, Selena.
My number one JTS fan, Selena. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so happy to be next to you.
So our first story is about the senders' love for Korean history and culture. So they wish to come to Korea one day.
Korean history and culture, that's very fascinating. History isn't my strong suit, but I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm sure you all too will learn a lot from this story.
Yes.
Let's listen to the first story together right now.
One day, I was watching a Korean historical documentary.
About 2,000 years ago, Ho Hwang-ok, wife of Kim Suro of the ancient country Gaya. There's a story that she's a princess from Ayutthaya, India. She speaks Bengali, Hindi, and...
What? The king's wife was the princess of India? The fact that the Indian princess married the king of Korea was so shocking. 2,000 years ago. I was looking for more information and found out an interesting information that Korea's first international marriage was that of King Kim Suro. After learning that, we've been connected each other historically. I feel more friendly towards Korea. I hope the day comes when I can travel to Korea as soon as possible. Visiting Korea is one of my dreams. I will go to Korea and eat my beloved kimchi. And I will visit places where I can learn about the Korean history. Justin, please recommend me a must-visit place when I visit Korea.
Wow, just from listening to this story, I can definitely tell that this person is really, really into history.
Yes,
I don't know the last time I watched a historical documentary.
Oh, really?
Do you personally like to watch those?
Yeah, it depends a little bit on the which kind of content, but usually I like to watch them.
Beautiful studio. Yes, John Pitch is also admiring the new studio. If you haven't noticed, the studio has changed a little bit. Can you tell? It's bigger now.
Yes.
Yes. And it's beautiful. And if you can't, this window represents sunlight coming through the window. You see over here. Yeah, so that's a little touch that I'd like to share with you all. And everyone has really enjoyed this story. Cassie says, I'd love to learn more Korean stories. It's so amazing. I love how Korea still has so many culture in the present, like the K-fashion they take to the hanbok and made it trendy. Also, every food has meaning. Wow, that's very true. I thought most foreigners might not know that, but yeah, that's a very good take on that.
Cassie Cute also says, I want to go to the palaces while wearing a hanbok with my friends and take a lot of pictures with them. Yes, I would recommend it. It's really fun to do.
And that's a very popular activity. You see foreigners wearing hanbok all the time, taking these beautiful pictures. And one thing I find fascinating is foreigners look great in hanbok. Exhibit A. Look how amazing she looks. Look how beautiful she looks in hanbok.
Thank you.
But she's a foreigner, right? Yeah. So I think that's also a merit to how hanbok is very stylish still. I wanted to recommend a song to the sender who wants to learn more about the history of Korea. It's a song by An Yeun. It's called Women's March. So let's listen to it together right now. Wow, that was an amazing rendition of the song by the Haegum. And I think Haegum is especially a good instrument to kind of portray and express pain.
Yes.
Because it's almost like a violin, but it's kind of more 울림, or kind of like a crying sound.
Yeah.
So I think it was perfect for this song.
Yes, it really has a lot of emotions.
Yeah, a
like,
lot of emotions
yeah.
flowing just from the instrument itself, right? Okay, so the next story that we're going to move on to is a story from a sender who is very concerned with dining time, especially Korean dining time, because it could be very different if you're not used to it.
Yes.
And I'm sure you can relate if you've ever had a meal with a Korean family. So let's listen to this very unique story about adjusting to Korean mealtime together right now. Let's listen to the story. In Italy, mealtime isn't just about eating, but it's about spending time with family. So the mealtime is very long in Italy. Italians don't think it's weird to start eating lunch at 1 and end at 6. But Korean mealtime takes usually 20 to 30 minutes or a maximum of 1 hour. It happened when I just met my husband. What happened when we were eating together was...
The pasta looks delicious. Enjoy your meal.
Yeah, it does look delicious. Enjoy your meal. I found out later that Koreans think that mealtime and conversation time with family are separate. It's been a year in Korea already, but I don't get used to eating in a hurry. I try to eat rapidly while I'm checking how much the others eat, and it leads to indigestion. I can't even swallow my food well. If I try to keep my pace, I can see other people waiting for me with their spoons down, and that's why I've lost weight and I lost my appetite. Justin, should I keep my pace without being conscious of others, or should I eat fast according to Korean mealtime culture? Please help me. Yes, this is a very... I understand why they're asking the question. But if you try too hard to kind of adjust, especially because it's got something to do with food and your own eating time and digestion, they ask specifically if they should keep their own pace or try to match others. I think it depends on the situation, but I would say just keep your own pace.
Yes, and also Surabhi Mahar says, yes, here in India too, we are taught not to speak during mealtime. We don't really talk much, we focus more on our food.
That reminds me, in Korea, so you could be just with your friends and you're chatting, eating appetizers, and as soon as the main meal comes out, silence. Everyone's quiet because we're all eating. We're all so focused on eating, and I know everyone here can relate to this. 공감하죠? Yeah, they're all nodding yes. Yeah. So when the food actually comes out, we're actually just focused on eating. So that's actually, that's very funny actually. Moving on, I think it's time to listen to our next song. And it was chosen by Selena today. Could you explain what song you chose?
Yes, actually the song I chose is a song of hope. And they said to the other person, will never know unless, you tell them. So if you sincerely tell about how you feel, then they will understand you too.
Oh, what a beautiful reason of selecting a song. So let's all go listen to this wonderful song that she chose, the Song of Hope. Let's hear it together. I think that was a beautiful performance, especially because 가야금 is one of my favorite traditional instruments. Because that's, bless you. Was that a sneeze? That was adorable. You trying to act cute in front of the camera?
No.
When I see it, you go. Is that how you sneeze?
I don't
in
like
real
to
life?
sneeze hard, so that is
Okay.
why I tried to
Okay.
like.
And it's before I was rudely interrupted by Selene. I'm just kidding. Yeah, 가야금 is one of my favorite instruments because it has such a wide range of sounds.
Yes.
High tones and even like a medium low tone. I think it was beautiful and it's a perfect instrument to describe the song that you chose for us today, to express the song. It's always interesting hearing your stories, so if you have a story that you'd like to share to us, make sure you send it to the email down below. It's koreanrhapsody21@gmail.com, so please send it to us. And now I think it's time to say goodbye. Shall I say
Yes.
goodbye?
Yes, let's say
하나,
goodbye.
둘, 셋. Bye!
Goodbye!